Well, in the last 2 days, we saw so many ways to modernize data warehouses, but maybe we should start by having a data strategy, right?
Sure.
What are this is key.
Yeah, for me, yeah, because data warehouse is just part of the data warehouse, of the data strategy. So organizations really need a data strategy. And I think if you want to become data driven, then you need a plan and a strategy to become data driven. And that does not just involve data warehousing. It does not just involve technology. For me, the hardest piece here is how do you organize to become data driven? Is a people problem. And so there are multiple projects or initiatives that are underway in many organizations today. But I think they have to be coordinated to really make a difference in terms of value for organizations. So that means, in my opinion, you can't start with data to become data driven. You have to start with value. You have to look at your strategy and say, okay, what is it which is high priority? What is it that we want to achieve? And then we can look at our existing environment and start to assess the existing environment and look at the capabilities that we need in order to deliver these high priority business objectives. Then you can organize project teams into working on different pieces of this to achieve a common business goal. Then what we are doing is organizing these projects to deliver on common business goals which are directly aligned with the business strategy. In that sense, then data strategy starts with value and then works back from there. It doesn't start with data. It starts with the business goal and works back to try and speed up the delivery to achieve the business goal. And I think that's the big critical success factor. If we don't do that, we're going to end up with no alignment with what the business is trying to achieve.
Yeah. Chaos, right? One last question, Mike. From your experience, what are the common pitfalls that you saw in companies that are trying to modernize their data warehouses?
I think common pitfalls are trying to do too many things at once. There's so much temptation to do lots of things to modernize a data warehouse at the same time. Let's introduce Data Vault, let's migrate it to the cloud, let's introduce data virtualization, let's introduce a data lake, and try to do all of these things at the same time. And at the same time, let's build predictive models and try and get them running in my data warehouse. The danger is that you do all of these things and rapidly increase the risks associated with modernizing. And then what happens is that the project or the job of modernizing a data warehouse becomes far too complicated because you're trying to do too many things at once. So I think the way to do data warehouse modernization is to be to have a really deep understanding of what you have and what you want to achieve, and then do an assessment and put together a sequence, if you like, of how to modernize a data warehouse and make it much more systematic so that you are delivering value as you go rather than trying to do everything at the same time and failing because of all of the greater risk and the higher complexity. So my secret to success is take the data warehouse modernization problem, look at the business requirements, the business goals, and then look at how can you modernize your data warehouse to help achieve the business goals. And break this problem down into much smaller pieces and pick off pieces that are delivering value as you go. I think that's the way to do it. Otherwise, you try to do too many things at the same time and fail because you have too high a risk.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you.